And we're starting off with the live desk at this hour because we're getting a lot of new information surfacing right now about a Valley business owner named in a violent terror attack. In fact, he is in federal court right now, and in court we just learned that man had every intention of carrying out an attack at this year's Super Bowl in Glendale. Now, we're tracking developments from the live desk here right now. I want to show you a look at this suspect. His name, Abdul Malik Abdul Kareem. Federal investigators say he did play a key role in planning an attack that did happen. That's the one outside of that cartoon contest in Texas just last month. As we said, Kareem in court right now, and ABC 15's Elizabeth Irwin is live outside the federal courthouse downtown. Elizabeth, this case keeps getting bigger.
Steve, that hearing's still going on at this hour. It started about an hour ago, and you mentioned that huge bombshell that came down in court today, that Kareem was considering an attack on the Super Bowl here in Glendale. Now, keep in mind, Kareem lived here in the Valley with the two other suspects in that Garland shooting, so it's entirely possible that had they gone ahead with that threat, it could have been credible. We want to give you a look. These pictures just into the ABC 15 newsroom from our sketch artist showing you Kareem in court. I mentioned he's still in there at this hour. The FBI believes Kareem and the other two suspects went into the Arizona desert to practice shooting, and that he gave them the guns used in that attack. Now, the indictment says Kareem hosted Simpson, Soofi, and possibly others at his home to talk about the Draw Muhammad contest and their plans to travel from Phoenix to Texas to carry out that attack. Federal investigators believe the plan had been in the works for months. The first date listed in the indictment is January 7th, the same day as the terrorist attack at Charlie Hebdo. Now, we do want to share with you one phrase in the indictment really stood out to us. It stated persons known or unknown to the grand jury. That really caught our attention, so we asked a terrorism expert, does that mean there could be potentially even more suspects in this case?
As you continue to collect and analyze information, you learn things that have happened that you weren't aware of. You learn about people you weren't aware of. So I don't think that language shows any unusual probability that even more people will be involved. I think it's just to cover as an investigation continues to occur.
But we do know for sure that some of the folks who were involved in that shooting practice in the desert have come forward. At least one of those people is the confidential source that the FBI is talking about in this hearing. So we're also expecting to hear from even more confidential sources, confidential witnesses. The FBI says it has a ton more evidence and people to talk to. They just haven't announced that yet in court. We're expecting even more federal documents to come down on this case. We do have the indictment for you, though, right now. If you'd like to read the whole thing yourself, it's uploaded on the homepage at abc15.com. And you can bet, Steve, we're going to keep on following this story as it continues to develop.
Yeah, we know that investigation continues. That's the important part. We're expecting to still learn a lot more. Thanks so much, Elizabeth. Nadir, Soofi, and Elton Simpson, those two attackers, they were roommates in Phoenix, and we were there when the FBI raided their apartment. Investigators say it was those two men who drove to Texas to attack the event. Both Soofi and Simpson were killed by police after they drove up and opened fire outside. A security guard was hurt. Nobody attending the event was wounded. The FBI has said Simpson and Soofi were armed with 3 pistols, 3 assault rifles, and hundreds of rounds of ammunition.